Hello Aries, and welcome to your reading. So this is a timeless reading for anyone with the sign of Aries with any planet in Aries, basically any placements in Aries, or cross-watching for someone else who has Aries placements. My name is Shasha Crow. This is Shasha Rishi, and let's consult the oracle. So this is not focused on any particular area of life. This is a general reading. Certain things may come out and I will read what I feel, because I read intuitively, not just from the meanings of the cards, but the messages that my guides give me. They're usually around here somewhere whilst I'm reading. If you'd like to follow me on social media, please like and subscribe here. Leave me a comment to say hi. I'd love to start to know my community that I'm building here on YouTube. This is a fairly new endeavor. The readings will be quite short initially as I build up an audience. And my social media handle on Instagram is Shasha_Crow. So SHA_Crow, and you can see that in my in the description box below as well. All right, so angels, guides, deities, what do we have for the sign of Aries? It's been a very tarot-y weekend so far, so I wanted, whilst I'm in that energy, just to get some new reads out there. Going to do a traditional Celtic cross. It is the best, it gives the best overview of a situation or energy. Six of Cups, your first card, which is pretty cool, and Ace of Cups. So there's a lot of stuff around your personal fulfillment and love and relationships. Some Sagittarius energy, some potentially Taurus energy. Bit of a grumpy Taurus energy, if I'm honest. Ooh. There's definitely some love going down here and passion. Perhaps we're just becoming a little ungrounded with all of this energy flying around. Okay. Right. Interesting. This one's flying off the top of this deck, so I'm just going to have a little look at it. Might be something for later. Okay, so at the center of your spread, we've got the Six of Cups, which is a card that speaks about possibly somewhat nostalgic energy. So there's a kind of feeling of childlike contentment there. There's a feeling of nostalgia. There's a feeling of, there is this equality. There is this kind of, I want to give you something and you want to give me something. There is an exchange. So it might be that you've recently got back in touch with someone or with a part of yourself that is from the past. It might be that you've recently made a connection, because we do have it crossed by the Eight of Cups. That it is a bit of a frisson, a love connection perhaps, and something along the lines of, I really think this could be really fulfilling for me. So Aries, this is a lot of water for a fire sign, so it might feel a little bit alien for you. Moving into the past, we've got this sense of inequality and imbalance, just moving out of your energy. So it might be that you have not felt that you have been getting what you deserve. It might be that you have felt, I don't know, somehow maligned or cut off from someone, or someone's been distant. And maybe you've you've decided that something that happened in the past is actually going to serve you better than what you've been experiencing most recently in relationships and in your personal fulfillment. So what is it that's coming up for you? And we do have a Mercury retrograde coming up, I think, quite soon, which is going to bring us back to that reviewing, and also a Mars retrograde. So whatever happens, it might not happen quickly. It might not happen very fast. We've got a King of Pentacles in reverse in the overarching energy. So what's overhead? It's kind of what's known. It's what can be seen if you're looking, because you do have to be looking and be aware. The King of Pentacles is an amazing card, but in this reverse position, he can be quite stubborn. So maybe it's you who are being stubborn. Maybe you're not wanting to change anything. And so you're almost being charmed and drawn back into this past relationship or friendship or activity that you used to find fulfilling. And you're kind of like, oh, I really don't have time for this. I need to focus on my goals. I'm really trying to move forwards. And you're not allowing yourself, because the King of Pentacles is very generous, and you might not be allowing yourself to experience something because, I don't know, you've made a decision, or you've been in a certain way for a certain time, or you feel like you need to plow all your energy into one thing. And you're therefore cutting off, or trying, you're failing. You're trying to cut off something that brings you a great deal of fulfillment in some kind of different way. So in the underlying energy, which is almost a little bit more disruptive, we've got a very strong fire energy. So we've got some good news coming in potentially. We've got some travel and passion and forward movement. So despite Mars retrograde, which is starting on the 17th, so maybe this is all going to happen. Although I said this is a timeless reading, right? So yeah, but as I read, there will be a Mars retrograde coming up, but in this window of time. So if you're seeing it before the Mars retrograde, which is like November the 17th, you might have an opportunity to really push something forwards. But you're fighting yourself. There's this conflict between the way you're seen by the outside and what's really going on the inside. So we need a greater honesty here. We're not seeing a moon card. We're not seeing in reverse. We're not seeing any Seven of Swords here. So this is a natural process that you're going through. So even if you are resisting it, it is going to go through. That Eight of Wands can well be stronger than the King of Pentacles in reverse. You might delay though. You might delay your Three of Wands, which is the realization of those energies coming back to you. So whatever you've put out into the universe, and I feel like you may have been putting things out into the universe that you want, that are not currently in your situation, but that you haven't really given yourself permission to have. So Aries, if you need to give yourself permission for something, now is the time. Now is the time, before we get any further along this conflict between your stubbornness of, I've decided to do this a certain way, I've decided to be with this person, I've decided to be this person, and I'm not going to change it. I'm not going back. I'm not going to allow myself to have this enjoyment, because it's going to come out in the wash. It's going to come out in the wash, and it's going to prevent you from gaining the benefits of this struggle that you're having, this resistance that you're putting in, is going to prevent you from getting the fantastic results that you have been working towards, perhaps in other areas of your life. Your Self card is the Two of Cups. So at the moment, you're working very much with an energy of, it's an energy of union, and it's an energy of fulfillment. The parts of yourself want to come together and make you whole, and they are dying to fall in love with each other. And if you're not accepting of your feminine side or your masculine side, and all those spaces in between and those beautiful colors in between, if you're not allowing the parts of yourself to come into union with each other, there is a conflict there, and there is this prevention of you being everything you can be in the world, to yourself, to other people, and you know, in the world at large, basically offering your fullness to the world. We've got a queen in your environment, so we've got a fire sign, possibly Aries, Leo, Sagittarius in your environment. So it may be that there's a strong feminine energy, a strong female character, whether they're actually female or just have that kind of, there's a nurturing energy, but there's also a boss energy about them. So they're kind of leading the charge. And she is sitting down. So the queen sits down on her throne. So if she's directing from not behind, but from a place of quiet confidence. She knows that you are going to go along with what she wants, basically. And this, you can assess whether that's a good thing or a bad thing. Is this person going to support you to move towards what it is you want and need, to help you integrate all these parts of yourself? Is she's not in reverse, so she looks like a positive influence. And again, if she's also a fire sign, or she's just a very fiery individual, because you'll have placements in fire signs anyway, you could really benefit from maybe taking some of her advice in the environment there. And then in the hopes and fears, we've got the Magician in reverse. And I think the fear for you, and I'm feeling it more because it is in reverse, I'm feeling it more on the fear side for you, that you're afraid of getting out of control. So if you allow these energies within yourself, or these, you know, this past person or this past, it almost feels like a past love, whether that's of a part of yourself or a relationship that you had, even just the memory of a relationship where you're like, I really liked the way that dynamic worked. If you allow yourself to think about these things, if you allow yourself to have these feelings, because cups are essentially about feelings, then you're going to lose control and things are just going to go to shit, basically. And that's the fear. And the fear is stronger at this point than the hope. I'm not sure you even believe at this point in an outcome that includes you getting some more of what you need. I think you think it needs to be, you know, it's a bad thing. Whatever it is that's coming up within you to be expressed, I think you have a negative attitude towards it. And it might be that you need to, sorry, I'll keep kicking things under my desk, that you need to address that. So in the outcome card, we've got the Two of Wands. And it's interesting because we have Three of Wands in reverse here in the energy that's coming in for you. It's a very delayed gratification, basically. And the Two of Wands is, it's almost going back to the drawing board, thinking, where am I going? What is the direction that I'm taking? Where do I want to get to? Where am I traveling? But it is a card of travel. So it indicates that you get to the point where you realize you need some forward movement. And this Eight of Wands is just on your back saying, come on, let's move. Let's get this whole thing rolling. Let's express some of the things that we haven't expressed and enjoy some of the things that we haven't given ourselves permission to enjoy. Yeah. I have a little bit of a sense of grief, because I want you to, as your reader, I want you to have the experience that is inherent in the Six of Cups and the Ace of Cups here. And it may well be more about your own personal fulfillment. Maybe there are things that you enjoy that you haven't allowed yourself to enjoy. I think I've said that already, but it's this inner child, you know? And that doesn't mean that it's childish or childlike what it is that you're wanting to experience or express. But it's that part of you, maybe even a playful part of you, or a, you know, outside of the box, somewhat different kind of energy. Yeah, now we do have a Seven of Swords. I said earlier, we don't have a Seven of Swords, so you're not lying to yourself, but you've got to be really honest with yourself. This Seven of Swords energy is asking you to say, what do I want? What do I want? And this magpie here has got a little ring. Do you want to get married? I'm just going to say it. Do you want to get married? Do you want a deeper commitment? Are the ways in which you're acting out and being stubborn and holding back actually an indicator that you're just afraid to move forwards into a deeper commitment? If you need to move forwards into a deeper commitment, you're going to struggle until you do. Because the Queen of Wands knows what she wants. If this is a love relationship that you're in and there is a call for a deeper commitment, the Seven of Swords is coming up to say, this is actually what you want. Don't let your own fears take it away from you. Let's pick another card. Whoop. It's very immediate. Ace of Wands. Yeah, do the thing. Take action. This is time for a new beginning. It's time to travel forwards. It's time to make progress. Do it. Stop swishing around in the shallows and commit to whatever it is that you're trying to avoid, that actually is going to bring you the nurturing, the love, and the experience that you really want and need. And it is going to be a learning process. It is going to be something that you need to perfect. It might even be worth going and getting some therapy, because when we move through parts of ourselves that have been hurt as children, or, you know, when we were younger, or even as young adults or teenagers, we sometimes need to talk it through with someone who has a professional capacity in this type of thing. So have a chat, find someone, talk to them. You might only need a couple of sessions to clarify it for yourself, but you're growing as a person, and it's really important that you give yourself the support that you need. Yeah, and then you're going to start to see the fruits of your hard work, maybe your personal work, your shadow work. And that's actually going to translate itself into your physical world. So your abundance, your income, the more parts of you that are integrated, and the more honest you are about what you want, facing your fears, the more that's going to come back to you from outside. You give to yourself, and everyone is going to give to you. So I'm going to leave that there, Aries. I really like that reading for you. I know it's not easy. It's not an easy win, but it is worth doing the work. So it's time. Be gentle with yourself, but allow yourself to go through the process that you need to go through in order to get to that place where you can once again say, okay, I'm going to make a new plan. It's not happening imminently. There's no Four of Wands here, but let's see what happens in the next reading. Thank you so much for being here. Do like, subscribe, give me a little comment if it's resonated for you, and follow me on Instagram. Thank you so much. Take care.